Hello, this is Leech83, how we doing? Welcome to FIFA 17 and our Celtic Career Mode episode number 1. We are getting ourselves started just now and we have set up European competitions in the first season, and we've been drawn in Group E with Benfica, Napoli, Spurs and ourselves. So not too bad a group all in, as we look to obviously go into the Champions Cup right away on our first season. I didn't mean to do that, so let's just go and confirm those changes. So we've got it set up for world class. That's what I've been playing on lately, and it's just kind of how I feel I'm at the moment. Playing 6-minute games, and obviously we are using pound sterling, and we're playing at Celtic Park. Unfortunately, not the real Celtic Park. It's the East Point Stadium, which we have now renamed. So let's get into our career and find out exactly what is going to be expected of us as we go through. Okay then, so the first thing we want to do is set up our pre-season tournament, and we will go for the we're just going to the European International Cup. It's the one that gives us the most money. It's the most difficult opponents, I would guess you would say, but it doesn't really matter, that's perfectly fine. But for £4.5 million we'll have a crack at it. So the European International Cup will be our tournament. Now let's see what is going to be expected of us and where we're going to be, and see exactly what's going to be happening. So the board expectations all in. Oh my god. Right, so your manager popularity is based on how well you perform on each complete complete each of your objectives. Okay, so youth development is centred on how well we develop our youth talent. That's a low rating. So basically saying sign one player in your youth academy, assigned to the midfielder position, and grow one youth academy player by at least 5 overall points. Play them in 5 matches as part of your starting 11 or coming on as a sub. It's a low priority and it's kind of short term, so they're looking to get that done pretty quickly, but then it's not an important matter. Gain 10.2 million earnings from sales within a season is a high priority. Okay. Financial goals, so finance goals focus on balancing your budget and key operations in the club, and it's very low. We don't have any objectives for that at all. Domestic success is critical, of course it is. Domestic goals is focus on your performance in the domestic league and cup, so we're expected to win the Premier League and we're expected to win the Scottish Cup as well. For the Continental Cup, we're expected just to reach the group stage, so the fact that we're in the Champions Cup group stage already, that's pretty much done and dusted, but it's still put down as a low priority effect, which is perfectly fine. I'm happy with that. So let's have a little look at our team first of all, and we can see where we are at. So it's obviously been updated, so we've got everybody in there who should be in there. So we've got Craig Gordon in goals, Christian Gamboa, Toure, I keep doing that, it's Kolo Toure, Eric Saviachenko, Kieran Tierney, and we've also got Patrick Roberts, Scott Brown, Neil Baton, Scott Sinclair, Tom Roderick and Lee Griffiths. I don't see me playing that formation. It'll be more of a 4-3-3. I'll be playing it as, and we'll see how we kind of go. We've got Chifchi on there, we've got Dembele, Forrest, McGregor, Lustig, Izagiri, De Vries as well, and then we've got a few backup players like Fasan, Armstrong, O'Connell, Christie, Commons, Boyata, Henderson, Ambrose. He can go to fuck, that's for sure. Logan Bailly, we've got Christopher Ayer, Simonovic and Gary Mackay-Stevens. So quite a healthy squad, but it does need a little bit more kind of depth, and I'll be looking to fill the position that we didn't get filled during our pre-season window, and that is a dynamic centre attacking mid who can perform as a number 10 and be more of a kind of creative force for us. So that is my main kind of target, if you like. So if you get any suggestions over who we should kind of sign or who we should be looking to, then let me know in the comment section for that one. So let's have a little look and see what our budget says. As you can see here, it says we've got 10.7 million as a transfer budget. So let's get into the details here and find out what's going on. Okay, so our assistants and what have you. So we're delighted that you have you on board. Looking forward to seeing you succeed on at our football club. For Celtic, success is not just about results on the pitch. We have a brand to protect, a business to grow and supporters to please. Given Celtic's identity and long-term plans, these are the main areas we want to focus on. So obviously, like I said, our objectives are pretty clear on what we need to do. Okay, so transfer market is open. And remember that a player's value vary based on form and the time remaining on contract, blah blah blah. Obviously that's part of it. As you already know, merchandising is an important income for the club. Such sales account for a large percentage of this income. In the most recent board meeting, we've set your target, as we know, of 10.2 million in shirt sales for this season, and as you've seen already, we are in the European International Cup, so that's pretty much all that I dealt with. 10.7 million just isn't that great at all. Just really isn't that good at all. As you can see here, so the total budget we had was 17.4 million. We brought in 13 million, that's not true, but anyway, 13 million pound worth of players purchased to give us 10 million left, and a decent wage budget as well, so we can tweak that about as well. But I reckon with only kind of one area that I'm looking at, then we should be reasonably okay for that position. So as I say, if we can find a more dynamic centre attacking mid that can perform for us, then that's ideal. The overall kind of focus for the series is basically just going to be dominance. Now I'm going to try and upload this as much as I possibly can, and we'll see how long we can basically dominate with Celtic for and how far we can push them without going too kind of crazy. So I'm going to keep everything as mellow as we can. I think the last time in FIFA 16 I had a financial takeover. We're not going to be using any sort of things like that on this, so it's all going to be down to us to build the success for the club. We're not going to use any other add-ons whatsoever for us, so there's no as I say, no financial takeover, no scout help, none of that sort of stuff. It's all going to be down to what we can achieve as a team, and it's all down to ourselves. So I've got a couple of little things to fix, and then we'll put some players in, and then what we'll do is we'll start off with our first game in the Champions Cup, which I think it's against Capri. So I'll get a couple of things done and I'll come back with a starting 11 for that. Okay, so just having a look at the squad just now, as you can see here, we've got Scott Allen, Duffy and Yanko, who are confirmed out on loan at the moment. And then what I've done is I've put Logan Bailly, Efe Ambrose, Nadir Chifchi and Leo Fassan up for transfer, and we'll put Liam Henderson, Christopher Aya and Owen O'Connell up for a year's loan. So we'll see if we can get those players kind of moved on, if you like. I've set up the squad, the scouts to go out for us and have a look at an attacking mid with the playmaker stat on them. So, and these are the kind of first players I've come back with. None of them, I don't think, not really sure about any of these. I'll have a look at them in a wee bit more detail later on. But if you've got any suggestions over attacking mid that we could look and get, then do let me know. So what we'll do is we'll get into our first match. We're going to play this match against Capri. I don't usually play the pre-season tournaments, but what we'll do is we'll just, because it's our first look at the team, we'll get ourselves into this game and then we'll have a try out with it. A bit surprised that they've actually allowed the sponsor, being the fact that it's a betting site, but nonetheless, Dafabet is on the front of the top. I liked it last year when it had the Celtic Foundation badge on it instead. So this is the 11 we're going to go with. It's Craig Gordon in goals with Gamboa, Toure, Safiachenko and Tierney. Midfield of Bitton and Brown, Tom Rogic playing in the 10, and then up front a free of Sinclair, Griffiths and Patrick Roberts. So 4-3-3 with the attacking mid is what we're going to play, and hopefully it's going to work for us. So let's get into our first game with our new team in FIFA 17. Griffiths for Scott Brown on early attack. Tom Rogic picks up those ball. Lee Griffiths jinking into a bit of space. Lee Griffiths, early chance, slots it home nicely. Perfect start for us. First attack, and a person who looks absolutely zero like Lee Griffiths puts the ball in the back of the net. Just a nice little junk, burst of pace into the box and easily tucked home. 1-0. We could just be left ourselves open here on the counter attack. Capri into the box, cut across. Not much I could do. Don't know if I was so attacking in the last minute. Ah well, ball across the box. Don't react quick enough and we concede, and it's 1-1 right at the death. Well, safe to say not the best of result for us after getting an early goal. I'm finding my feet with Celtic just now, and I tried different things, and it just wasn't. I tried to set them up the same way that I kind of played them in FIFA 16, but in FIFA 17 a lot of the things just don't happen the way they used to. And I just left myself short at the back. I don't know why I was attacking at the last minute at a corner. Just a silly bit mistake by myself, and it's finished 1-1 then in this opening game, which is quite a bit of a disappointment, as I say. But it's one of those things, as you could see, like, we didn't hold the ball well, very bad in possession. Even our passing accuracy wasn't really that great at all. So it's definitely something I need to work on. But I'm just finding my feet with the game as well, so got a little bit of teething things to get out of the way, but we should be fine for the season all, and we'll be no problem. So this will be the end of episode 1 anyway. I hope you've enjoyed it. Remember, leave your suggestion down below for which cam you think we should go and try and sign. We've got 10 million as a budget. I'd like to try and spend at least maybe say 5 or 6 million on this player, if we can do, and bring somebody in. So you can let me know your suggestions down in the comments as always. I hope you've enjoyed. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you in the next one. As always, take it easy.